Good morning. My name is Julie Sillo, and I am a divorce attorney at the law firm of Owen & Owens. I want to thank Terry Brennan for asking me to talk to you a little bit about equitable distribution in Virginia and how that can impact your home and other assets. So equitable distribution is a term we as lawyers use when we talk about the division of assets in Virginia. It's different than community property that you might hear about in other states, which is more of a straight 50-50 division of assets. In Virginia, we do equitable distribution, which gives the court a chance to look at different factors in determining who should get what share of each asset. They look at length of marriage, contributions each person has made to the marriage, and several other factors in the code. So what does that mean for your house and for your other assets? Divorce is a very emotional process for folks, and so when we start talking about those assets, that becomes an even more emotional part. When you ask a court to divide your assets, they can be very limited. So let's use your house for example. If you want the court to say who's going to get the house, they can say that either the husband or wife can get it, or that the house be sold and the proceeds divided. Having to sell your home can be very, very emotional if your kids are living there, if you have put a lot of personal investment into that property. And so we like to look at a bunch of different options. If one option is that you want to keep the house, you have to think about how are you going to afford to stay in your house? Are you going to need to refinance the mortgage? And what are you going to need to show in order to do that? Your income, spousal support, child support, and can you qualify for that refinance? Or does it make sense to look at other options as far as selling the home, buying something smaller that you can qualify for? Another thought that you want to consider when you're looking at division of assets is the bigger financial picture. Having a home that you are emotionally invested in is very important, but will that do what you want it to do over the long term if you need to give up part of retirement in order to keep the equity in the home so that you can afford to stay there, you don't have to pull money out as part of a refinancing. So you want to look at all of those things. That's one of the good things about equitable distribution is it gives you options when you're trying to think about how to protect yourself and your children financially when you're going through a divorce. Again, I'm Julie Sillo. I'm with Owen & Owens. Thanks again to Terry Brennan, and I hope this has been helpful.